Ah, exam season. Just saying those words can make your shoulders tense up, right? But what if you could walk into that next big test feeling confident, not completely panicked? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. We're going to look at how to swap out that stress for a smart, healthy prep plan. Let's dive in.
So, does this look familiar? That sinking feeling in your stomach when you check the calendar and see those dates getting closer and closer. The pressure just starts to build. The syllabus looks a mile long and you start thinking, there is no way I have enough time for all this. It's a feeling pretty much every student on the planet has felt. But listen, it really doesn't have to be that way.
Okay, here's where things get interesting. Instinctively, we blame the exam itself, don't we? We see it as this giant, terrifying monster at the end of the road. But the material we're digging into today suggests we're kind of pointing the finger in the wrong direction. The real source of all that anxiety? It's actually something we have complete control over.
And there it is. Bam! It's so simple, right? The stress isn't really about the questions on the paper. It's about the chaos before the paper. It's the last-minute scramble, the all-nighters fueled by caffeine. That's the real problem. So if poor planning is the villain in the story, well, then good planning has to be the hero.
So how do we actually build this thing, this stress-proof plan? Well, the source material gives us a really clear three-part strategy. Think of these as the 3 pillars of smart preparation. This is all about studying smarter, not just harder. Let's break it down.
And here's the game plan, laid out perfectly. First, you begin early. Seriously, this is like a gift you give your future self. It removes that insane time pressure. Then you take that huge, scary syllabus and you break it down into small, bite-sized pieces. Suddenly, it's not so overwhelming. And finally, you revise a little bit every single day. This builds real, solid memory, not that flimsy cram session panic that disappears the second you leave the exam.
Okay, but even the world's greatest study plan is only half the battle. You have to remember, your brain isn't just a computer. It's a physical part of your body. And to get it to perform at its best, you've got to give it the right fuel and the right maintenance. This next part is all about building that physical foundation for your mental success.
And this just lays it all out, crystal clear. Look at the 2 paths you can take. On one side, you have the healthy way. You get good sleep, which is literally when your brain processes what you've learned and moves it into long-term memory. You eat well, giving it the actual energy it needs to focus. And then you've got the other path, the stressful way. That last-minute cramming, which just fries your brain. That approach actively works against memory, and it just burns you out, creating this awful cycle of stress and exhaustion.
All right, so we've got smart planning on one side and taking care of your body on the other. Now let's bring it all together. Let's talk about the one big idea from our source material that combines these 2 things into, well, the ultimate secret weapon for exam success.
And here it is. It's not some magic formula or a complicated system you have to buy. It's simply a healthy routine. That's the secret. It's the powerful day-in, day-out combination of everything we've just talked about. It's starting early and breaking down your work, and it's getting good sleep and eating properly. This is what turns exam prep from a chaotic, stressful sprint into a calm, manageable marathon.
So here's the main takeaway, the thing to really remember. Your success is decided long before you ever set foot in that exam room. The real power isn't in how you perform under pressure for a couple of hours. It's in the small, smart, healthy choices you make every single day leading up to it. It's all about taking back control of the process.
So, that next exam, it's on the horizon. But now you have the blueprint. You know the way to a healthier, less stressful, and way more effective path to success. The only question left is, what kind of routine are you going to build?